Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about the 3 reasons you need to stay single. Okay, so if you're wondering, am I ready for a relationship? Am I in the right place to start a relationship? This video is for you if you're wondering if should I be single or should I be in a relationship, okay? So the first reason to stay single is if you don't like your own company. You gotta, before you get into a relationship, you've got to like to be, you got to like being on your own. You've got to develop a routine for yourself that you enjoy, okay, that you like. So, for example, if you don't like being on your own and you always need people around you, perhaps you always need to be in a relationship, it's not a good idea to start seeking out a new relationship if that is something that you feel is you. You need to start to enjoy your own company. So you do this by creating a routine for yourself, especially on days when you're alone. So like days when you're not at work, days when you're or not at school or something like that. You know, you got to make a routine for yourself that you enjoy. So perhaps the first thing you go out and you go out and exercise. Then perhaps you have some breakfast. Then perhaps you work on a hobby or do something fun that you enjoy. And then maybe you have your lunch. And then you do some more things that you really like and enjoy. And then you have your dinner, and then maybe you exercise again in the evening, and then maybe you go to bed. So you got to figure out a routine for you that's really enjoyable for you, and so that you don't mind being on your own. So because one of the things that I know for sure about my own personal relationship, so I'm married, but I know if something were to happen and me and my wife split up, which hopefully will never ever happen, but if it did, like let's say she cheated on me, which is a deal breaker for me, if something like that ever happened in our relationship, that would be the end. So let's say worst case scenario that happens, I know that I will be okay on my own. Like I won't be worried about that sort of thing. I know I have ways to keep myself preoccupied. I've got my business, I've got my hobbies. I enjoy being on my own. It doesn't matter if that were to happen. Of course, I don't want it to happen, but if it was to happen, I know I would be okay, and I know I would find someone new eventually, even if it would really suck and it would hurt, which it would, right? But the point is, I know I will be okay. Like, I know it won't end me if our relationship disintegrated, our marriage disintegrated. I would be fine. I know I could get on with my life and I could continue with my life, okay? So you got to get to a point in your life where you know whatever relationship you end up in, you know that if something wasn't to work out, or if you had a few days where they were out and about and you know, let's say they had to go away for business or something and you had to be on your own, you know that you would be okay. And you would know that if something were to happen and you guys were to split up, you also know that you would be okay. Sure, it would suck, it would hurt, you would be devastating, it would be a tragedy, but you know how to use your time wisely. So you're not going to just be sitting around crying all day. You know, you have things that you like to do and you enjoy your own company. You have ways to keep yourself preoccupied and make you feel like you're making progress in life. Okay, so if you have that, you have it all really. If you like your own company and you know how to use your time wisely and you enjoy what you do when you're on your own, you're gonna be fine. Okay, but but it's tricky, okay, because sometimes you can be doing stuff when you're alone that isn't good for you, and it may feel good, but it's not actually that good for you. So you got to make sure that whatever you're doing, it's empowering you. It's not, because if, let's say for example, this is how you know. So let's say you spent a whole weekend alone, and then on Monday, when you go back to work or you go back to school, you think, oh man, I really wish I hadn't have slacked off. I really wish I hadn't have just played video games all weekend. You know, that's not good for you, right? Unless, for example, you're an esports player and you're getting some kind of money from it and it's something to do with your job, or it's a job that you want, right? If that, then that doesn't matter. But if it's something where you feel crappy about yourself and you're like, oh, I really wish I didn't overindulge in that drink. Oh, I really wish I hadn't eaten so crappy. I really wish I had exercised more often over the weekend. That's not good, right? Because you're not using your time wisely and it's not making you feel good about yourself. If you're just killing time, then that's not good. You've got to be using your time wisely, right? Because that will make you feel good about yourself, okay? So there's the right kind of entertainment and there's the wrong kind of entertainment as well, to keep yourself preoccupied. There's a quote that I really like by Viktor Frankl, and it goes, "When a man can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure." So are you distracting yourself with pleasure when you're alone? Or are you making progress towards things that are important to you, that you really enjoy, that makes you feel inspired? So exercise is a good one because it's healthy for you to exercise. Working on a side business is a good thing because it's helping you progress. Or perhaps it's a skill that you want to learn because that's helping you progress. It's a skill that you really want to know, like guitar or something like that. That's how basically. So you want to make sure that you're doing things that are making you feel like you're progressing, not degressing. Okay. So the next thing, the other reason to stay single is if you're not over an ex or you have just split up with someone. So if you are hoping to get your ex back, then I highly recommend that you go and check out my my recent audio book called an audio version of it on my YouTube channel called "How to Get Your Ex Back." So if you're still having trouble with that and you kind of hoping that you're going to get your ex back, then I highly recommend that you go and watch that. That will also help you move on from your ex as well, if you're hoping to start to move on from them. But if you're not over an ex, or you've just split up from someone, you need time to heal, right? If you've only just split up with someone and you're still hung up, or you're still hung up on someone, then your emotions are still raw. It's not a good idea to get into a relationship when you're still a new relationship when you're still not over the last relationship you was in, right? And you're still upset about it, like you're still crying yourself to sleep or whatever it may be, right? Because then you're just going to get into a rebound, and rebounds rarely work because basically you've gone from one relationship, and because you haven't healed and you haven't got over the past relationship, you're bringing all of that old baggage from that relationship straight into a new one, and then it's kind of like Groundhog Day but just with a different person. So you want to have time, give yourself time to get over your past relationships, okay? If you need help with that sort of thing, obviously getting a therapist is really good. But also, I have 10 books in the description of this video. And if you go to that little Amazon shop, you'll be able to see those books. You don't have to get them through that link, but those are just the books that I wish I could just download from everything. I wish I could download all of the information from those books and just insert it into your brain, right? Because I feel like if I was able to do that, I feel like it would just help you so much. And I wish I could do that for all of my viewers, all of my clients. Okay, so please go and check out those books and consider getting them from the library at least. Okay. And I feel like if you learnt what was in those books, especially the relationship and the dating books, that would really help with your dating and healing from your emotional romantic life, like your past relationships and people that maybe things didn't quite work out with. Okay. The third reason to stay single is if you are unsure of your direction in life and you're not content with your life. Now, notice I didn't say that you're not happy with your life. Okay. Because happiness is something that fluctuates anyway, but I'm not saying you should have the perfect life before you meet someone, but you should at least be content with your path that you're on. You have to feel like you're progressing and that you're happy with the path that you're on. You don't have to be in the perfect job right now. You don't have to be in the perfect circumstances. You just have to be happy with where you're going, and you have that direction in life. And you have goals that you're aiming towards, that you're working on as often as you possibly can. If you've got that, that's really good. Okay, but if you don't have that and you're lost and you don't know what you want from life and you don't like the direction your life is heading, and maybe you don't even know the direction your life is heading, and you don't know what you want to do, then you need to take some time to figure those kinds of things out. Figure those things out. And again, I recommend getting those books from the library because I feel like those will benefit you and help you. You may even be able to find a few of the audio versions of those books online somewhere, I don't know. Of course, you can always get an Audible membership as well. This is not sponsored by Audible, but you can get an Audible membership. I have an Audible membership, so it's really beneficial. So those are the 3 reasons to stay single. I hope they have helped you. Hope they've made you understand a little bit on perhaps you maybe answered the question as to whether I should stay single or not, or whether I should start entering a relationship. So I'll just go over them just quickly again. So the 3 reasons to stay single: you don't like your own company, you're not over an ex, or you've just split up with someone, or you are unsure of your direction in life and you're not content with your life. So if you don't have, so if you've got those 3 things, or you've got most of those 3, or you've got most of them, let's say you've got 2, maybe even 1, you need to work on those things, okay? And once you do, and you start working on those things, you'll get into a much better position to start dating new people. So give yourself plenty of time. It will work out. Don't take it, don't take life too seriously. It's okay. Just try to enjoy yourself, but obviously do it in such a way that is beneficial to you, right? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.